Let's get to Trump and the New York Attorney General sitting just feet apart in the Manhattan courtroom.
This is Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, sitting right there. You can see Donald Trump sitting there next to his attorney, Christopher Kine, his lead counsel.
I think it's a real shame that we just got this late-breaking decision by the judge. There will not be cameras in the courtroom.
His lawyers got an Asus ROG, bro? What the Yo, what's she playing on there? Lena, hot boss. You a gamer? Quit playing with our hearts, Lena.
Sort of ineffable things that you get just by observing a courtroom, a glance, the way somebody is seated, whether or not, we're hearing about.
And it's got the RGB. Oh my God. You think Lena Abbas is a Valo E-dater, dude? I'm sniping Lena Abbas and she's on a Valorant E-date doing Uvu voice with some 45-year-old dude who's also lying about his age and acting like he's 17. Alina Habba, not Lena Abbas. I f***ed their name up.
That aspect of it play out in some of his federal cases about, where to, really rein him in on his First Amendment rights.
CNN's Bryn Gingras standing by for us once again. Bryn, the AG's office really just laid out what they hope the judge will do here.
Yeah, it took a little less than an hour to do so. I want to go to what's happening right now, though, Kate, and then I'll talk about that. Right now, we're actually hearing from Trump's attorneys and their side of opening statements, essentially saying here that there were no attempts to defraud, there were no unjust profits made, and there are no victims in this case. Essentially saying Donald Trump built a huge empire, and he did it all, rightly so. Essentially saying.
I was thinking about this in the shower this morning. What Donald Trump did is ridiculous, but like a lot of people do this kind of fraudulent activity, and we are really punishing him because he's Donald Trump. I mean, it's a good thing, and we should do it. It's almost like the inverse of the Hunter Biden thing, where like Hunter Biden lied about being under the influence while like purchasing a gun. That's the most American thing he could have done, but because he's Hunter Biden, and also because he fucking filmed himself doing such a thing, it's something that's absolutely prosecutable. But yeah, I think we should move in the direction of prosecuting more people, not less.
Saying that he didn't do anything that was against any rules, and he performed all the right sort of maneuvers in order to make money. And so this is the crux of their case. But prior to that, you're right. We heard about, like I said, an hour or so, less than, from the state's attorneys saying that they did defraud, that they wrote out financial statements and lied on those financial statements. We saw video depositions from multiple members of the Trump family, including the former president, his adult sons, and members of Trump Organization, including the former CFO Alan Weisselberg, and the state's attorneys asking the questions of when they were lying. Were they lying then, or are they lying now? So these are some of the things that we are hearing from inside that courtroom as these opening statements continue. And sorry, I'm just getting some information.
I love that one of his counters is that, yeah, we lied, but like, it's a win-win, you know what I mean? Everybody made money. That's a very cool way to try to defend yourself, where it's like, yeah, whatever, shut the fuck up, everybody made money. Azan's tax evasion accountant, do you think that he's going to shift the blame over to his accountants and have them eat it? Because there's internal auditors or internal accountants and external ones, and I know the external one talked today. How does he get out of this? He just like changes it to a different name, sets up a new LLC, throws the account under the bus, tries to lower the punishment because it's at $250 million right now. Just pull an Eric Adams and say your CPA made a mistake because he recently became homeless. I forgot about that, dude. That is, God, he's so sick. Eric Adams is such a fucking freak, dude. The Daily Beast. Donald Trump apparently calls in a massive McDonald's order at the New York City courthouse. Respect.
The judge made a huge ruling last week saying that there was fraud in some of elements of this case and penalizing Trump and his sons and the Trump Organization, taking away some of the business certifications as well. And we'll see if he hands down huge penalties in the amount of dollars. That's one thing that the state's attorneys did say before they wrapped up their side of the thing, saying that they asked the judge to bar the Trump family from doing business in the state of New York. So again, things are very fluid right now. Of course, we're going to continue to get you updates from inside that courtroom.
Trump's hot lawyer is why I don't have a jury too. I was so right about her. That's so funny. Wait, she's the one who fucked it up? Oh, I love her. The RGB one. Mind-blowing. Legal experts warn that lawyer's incredible screw-up is very ominous for Trump. Another video game attorney, L. Bro, honestly, you can't be fucking hating on Donald Trump for hiring her. The problem is, I said when she first came into the fray, I said that he hired her specifically to do like external communications from the legal team because she's hot, which I think she's a media personality first anyway. She has like a fucking shitty ass legal degree from, I think, like the Bahama law school or something. Like, I forget where. But I mean, not that it matters. I mean, you still have to fucking pass the bar. But oh, I wasn't wrong. Okay, she got a Widener Commonwealth law degree in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. No, it's not the American Samoa University. Yeah, she went to Widener Commonwealth Law. It's in the bottom 25%, 147th best school in the nation. It's like in tier hell, barely accredited ass fucking university. And she was hired specifically to be the media person. And she was originally a media person. I'm just shocked that like they actually made her do like real lawyering. Alina Habba sued for being a gross racist hell boss. Defendants Alina Habba and Michael Madayo seem to particularly enjoy listening to and rapping along with what is generally perceived and classified as gangster and hip-hop music to energize, motivate, and otherwise pump themselves up prior to making court appearances, alleged the complaint filed by Nasiah Drayton in the Superior Court of Middlesex County, New Jersey. Drayton was the only African-American employee in Habba's shop, describes feeling uncomfortable with her boss, regularly blasting and singing along with graphic lyrics, replete with the N-word and demeaning references to women and their anatomy, as one does in a law office, obviously. Okay, I would love for her to come on stream. That's not a joke. She can defend Donald Trump and then tell us what video game she plays. Anyway.
As you know, we're not entitled to a jury, which is pretty unusual in the United States of America. So we think it's very unfair that I don't have a jury. But the judge's last statement was very fair. And if I read it right, I'll let perhaps one of the lawyers speak to it. But Cliff, maybe you'll speak to it if you would. But the way I interpret that, and the way everyone else in the room seems to interpret that, is that the statute of limitations.
That's awesome. Hey, Alina Habba, please come on the show and explain to us what games you have in that Asus ROG laptop and also why you forgot to request a jury for the trial. Please and thanks. But the thing is, she might be a gamer, but that doesn't mean she's a good gamer. She might be a G, but that doesn't mean she's GG. Oh my God, I hate myself. I'm so fucking stupid. Why am I like this? I'm just so fucking annoying and awful. And if I wasn't like at least average or maybe marginally above average looking, I would have gotten zero benefits in society. All right, let's continue with this.
But a lot being laid out about how this case is going to look, and we're hearing it could last as long as 3 months, and we do fully expect, guys, Trump to take the stand at some point. Just before they finished those opening statements, they said that they do want to bar the Trumps from doing business in New York, and this is where his empire, started. So remember, it's a very significant trial, and like you said, the Attorney General is asking for $250 million, which doesn't seem much to the Trumps, but the judge is the one who makes the discretion of how much he's going to penalize for finding.
First of all, the trial in and of itself shows that $250 million is a lot to Trump. If you pay attention to the fucking literal points in the trial, you would have realized that, oh fuck, that is actually a lot of money for someone like Donald Trump. It's a lot of money for anybody, but certainly for someone like Donald Trump, who apparently is in court right now because he lied about his net worth, which was supposed to amount to $1 billion. And he lied about it and said it was $3.6 billion. The other side of this is that these courts are, in my opinion, they are designed specifically. Wait, does Hasan defend Trump? Always, brother. I love Donald Trump. He's my favorite. He's the greatest president of all time. I especially love the tax cuts that he gave to the wealthy. I thought that was fire. And then sunsetted the tax cuts to the working poor got, because fuck them. They need to be more productive. They need to know their place. I love Donald Trump. What's not to like, dude? He made America great. He gave corporations massive tax cuts at a time when corporate profits were sky high. He deregulated all the fucking federal agencies that were barely doing a decent job to begin with. He put a psychopathic fundamentalist Christian zealot like Betsy DeVos, who spent her entire fucking life destroying public schooling in the state of Michigan so that she could do that for the rest of the country, which I love. She's also personally related to Eric Prince, who is a war criminal who should literally be tried under the International Criminal Court, but we can't do that because he's too rich and too powerful. Love that. That's a sidestep though. Eric is whatever. He's who cares about him? Yeah, what's not to like about Donald Trump? He showed attack plans to Kid Diddler Rock. I mean, Evil Hassan be like, feed the rich? Hell yeah, dude, feed the rich. Exactly. Nobody wants to work anymore. That's what I say all the time.
Whichever way he chooses on these issues at hand in this trial. So it's going to be significant. And it's so interesting as we watch the beginning of this, before opening statements even started, about how Trump made all these comments attacking James, as he hasn't been shy about doing, attacking the judge, which again, he hasn't been shy about doing, not even addressing Letitia James when he walked into the courtroom today. And, you know, the judge is the one who's going to make those decisions, not a jury. So we're going to...
That's a bit of a pussy move that he has like Twitter fingers, but like when he sees Letitia James in person, he doesn't have the smoke. Kind of a coward move if you ask me. Like, what's up, bro? You afraid? Huh? That was going on? You call her a thug all the fucking time online.
What we heard from Trump's attorney, as Bryn was laying out, no victims, there was no intent to defraud, there was no unjust profits, and there were no victims.
Yeah. That is a valid defense to the remaining counts. Again, important to note, the judge has already ruled in favor of Donald Trump before the trial on one of the counts, but these are the remaining counts. That is a valid defense. I want to hear what the AG's response to that is going to be.
It was a victimless fraud, dude. It's fucking awesome.
How you're going to cross-examine them, because now you're making your case not to, in this case, 6 civilians, but to not just the judge, but a judge who knows this case. He's probably the foremost expert on this case. So that really changes the entire atmosphere here.
I mean, he's not wrong. I said this, I think the first time that we found out about this, like Donald Trump, just like Stalin, is a bit of a bank robber. Bank robberies are victimless crimes. He defrauded a fucking bank to get better conditions on a loan. Am I going to stay true to my genuine perspective about banks and say that like robbing a bank is cool and also a victimless crime, even when Trump does it? Yeah, I think so. I think the real shitty part about it is, like, on the one hand, he's inflating the value. On the other hand, he's deflating it for lowering his tax burden. I think what he should do, like the proper thing to do in this situation, is take that assessment, that appraisal that he utilized when getting the loan, and force him to pay taxes on it. This fucking piece of shit is still operating in the state of Florida as though Mar-a-Lago is worth $20 million. He actually sued to ensure that the appraisers still considered Mar-a-Lago to be a $20 million property. Pay taxes on a $750 million property, please. I would love that. That would be justice served. I don't give a shit about you stealing money from the banks, but I do give a shit when you're stealing money from the government. What? Oh my God, how did they film it like that? Bro, this is so perfect. Oh, is this AI? Like, or is this real? What the fuck? Is it real? Please tell me this is real. Oh my God, it's real.
What's up, Judge? You looking good, my friend.
Oh my God, it's real. Man, I fucking love this, dude. Like every part of this, dude, it's amazing. I hate Michael Rappaport. I think he's so fucking annoying, but this is awesome. This adds evidence to the simulation theory. I don't care. Yeah, 100%. I gotta run it again. Like, he's so mad and so butthurt. And then the camera pans over to the judge. Only for the judge to, like, literally lock on to the camera, smile, take his glasses off, smile again, and go, ah, what are you gonna do? Fuck! Dude, I'm losing my mind. It's so crazy. Bro is serving, and why not? It's a history time. Yeah. He knows it. He knows he's making history. He's just fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. Trump torches operative judge during trial. This judge.
The court in Manhattan is in a recess right now in Trump's civil case, but the former president did stop to talk to the cameras on the way to lunch. Let's listen to what he said.
disgraceful trial put forward by an Attorney General who's corrupt. We have murders going all over the city, all over the state at a record level. It's an epidemic, and they waste their time on this. With banks that were very happy, they got all their money back. They weren't defrauded. I've been defrauded.
Oh, that's awesome. He's like, they should investigate the banks.
Judge, the rule that a building, that a property is worth $18 million, when in fact it's worth over $1 billion, probably $1.5 billion, it may be worth anything. When many properties...
Wait, why does he say it can be worth anything? Oh my God, is he going to publicly be like, I can sell this to Saudi Arabia for any number I want? Saying it in deposition behind closed doors is very different than saying it to Fox News publicly. Understand something. He said it in deposition. The only evidence we have of him saying that is in the footnotes that the judge wrote. You know about it because I've been talking about it nonstop. The average American is not familiar that Donald Trump said, I have an unlimited line of credit with Saudi Arabia. They'll buy my properties for however much I want. Because while there is truth to what he is saying, I don't think that that would be well received by the broader majority.
What do you have to do? And we're wasting our time on this trial with a Democrat judge from the clubhouses. It's a disgrace. They ought to look for the murderers and the killers that are all over New York killing people and the violent...
Dude, there's so many murders and killers let loose in New York that are killing people. It's crazy because, like, the murder rate is lower than fucking, like, South Carolina. But, you know, they're doing it. I promise. They're out there doing it. The violent crimers, dude. They're fucking out there. Oh, yeah, they're called cops. True.
The crime that's being committed in our city and our state is disgraceful. And we're going to be here for months with a judge that already made up his mind. It's ridiculous. Other than that, things went very well.
What are you going to have for lunch? Will you come back after lunch, Mr. Trump?
Probably.
Former president saying he'll probably come back after lunch. He is hot. I mean, this is hitting.
Whoa! Okay, keep it in your fucking pants, Silver Fox.
Him where it hurts the most, but he sees this as being so extraordinarily unfair.
Pretty defiant posture from him, and a little bit different than when you saw him in some of these federal cases. This seems pretty clearly to him like an opportunity to galvanize his base, and he's going to capitalize on that.
Well, I think a lot of people are looking at this, and they're looking at what the judge valued Mar-a-Lago at. Now, it's true that in 1985, Trump bought Mar-a-Lago for way less than its asking price. I think that the Post family wanted $21 million, and he got it for somewhere between $5 and $7. But that piece of property in Palm Beach now is worth a lot more when you look at comparable properties. I mean, smaller houses on less property that don't even have ocean or
it is not residential real estate. You cannot use Mar-a-Lago as residential real estate. This is not my opinion on the matter. This is the Trump opinion on the matter. You cannot use Mar-a-Lago due to land deed restrictions as real estate. Therefore, you cannot price Mar-a-Lago as real estate. This distinction is very important. Why? Because this important distinction has allowed Trump to use Mar-a-Lago as a depreciating asset year over year while keeping its valuation at $20 million when declaring it to the IRS. So I need y'all to understand that everybody involved in this matter is aware of it. Everybody involved in this matter, including the Trump organization, people that are working within the Trump organization, people that are on Fox News, every single person that covered the news story a couple of years back about why Donald Trump pays so little in taxes in an effort to defend Donald Trump already did their due diligence and found out that Trump uses real estate depreciation as a way to lower his tax burden.
Now, it's zoned currently as a club. So that may devalue it a little bit, but it used to be a private residence. Then he got it rezoned as a club, so you got to probably rezone it back. but it's got to be worth more than $18 million.
It even seems like on the details, he's really making this about the politics of the case and is able to do that because he thinks that this is a pretty open and shut thing for him in terms of being able to prove his point that this is a political prosecution and, is improper.
You look at that judge, and you also look at the way that he is comporting himself. You get a sense that this could be over for.
He can rezone it and sell it as residential. Can he undo his deed? I doubt it. I mean, if you're saying like the any American authorities are corrupt and like they would allow him to rezone fucking like a 2-acre property after 3 decades of ownership that specifically stopped him from doing so, I don't know. DeSantis will block it. I don't know. Guys, you can't, on the one hand, use your land deed restrictions specifically as a mechanism to lower your tax burden while simultaneously going to the banks and being like, well, what if I actually rezoned it and then it was worth $1 billion? And without doing it, you can't do both of those things at the same time.
Well, it seems that former President Trump took a very short lunch and now he's back in front of the cameras in the courthouse. Let's listen in.
As I say, murders are going on as you stand here, and they're wasting everybody's time for many months on this case where banks got paid a fortune, loan money got paid money back, didn't even need their money. They built a great company. We have to go through this. So this just broke, but before I discuss that, why are we trying a case that the appellate division of New York State has just ruled recently that we won 80% of our case. And this judge refuses to acknowledge the ruling, which is very plain for all to see.
Dude, God, this is perfect. Inconvenience Donald Trump popping off without the bully pulpit present is my favorite Trump. I've decided. Dude, honestly, if he just had a television show, I think he would be happy and everyone would be happy. Like, because everyone will watch it. He's just the best. He's so good. When he's like bitchy and angry and like yelling, he is literally the best. No bully pulpit. No actual legitimate power. Win-win situation. Just give him a fucking reality TV show, dude. It's perfect. He's the white man's Wendy Williams.
A few minutes ago, we're Palm Beach County. The people that do this agree with us 100%, and they say the judge is wrong. The judge is wrong in his ruling. He valued Mar-a-Lago at $18 million, and it's worth $1 billion, maybe $1.5 billion. And you saw where various properties.
He's right, dude. Maybe $1.5 billion, maybe $2 billion
that we have that are valued in the financial statements, which is totally subject to the clause that you've all been hearing about doing buyer beware, as they call it. But this just came out. Error in New York civil fraud case against Trump is flagged by industry insiders who say valuation of Mar-a-Lago cited by judge is based on a misunderstanding of basic real estate practice. So they're saying the judge has misunderstood basic real estate practice. I say they're wrong about that. He didn't misunderstand it. This is a rigged court. He's put there to do a job on Trump. Now this comes from highly respected officials in Palm Beach County. Also, apparent mistake by Judge Angoran surfaces in the use of a Palm Beach County appraisal of Mar-a-Lago that, an expert says, is detached from the true value of the property. Now, I don't know the...
Wait, what? How can there be two separate valuations for the same property when the appraiser that is valuing it for the government purposes of paying taxes on the property, but then when you go to the fucking bank, you could just like say it's literally 100x, 200 and what was it? No, it was 2,300% more. That's insane. I'm a realtor and someone as big as Trump can pay off an appraiser 100%. People do it all the time. Yes, but the difference is like, okay, there's usually a difference between property tax appraisal and market price, but not to the tune of 20x. That's what I'm trying to say. What Trump is claiming on the property tax appraisal and market price is common practice. It's just not. The difference between $76 million, which wasn't even the tax appraisal, by the way. Tax appraisal, I think he kept it at 20 or 18 or something. But like $76 million versus $700 million. That is fucking nuts. Trump is 100. Oh, by the way, I don't know. I mean, it is like a lib-ass judge, but I do still think Trump will probably win this. I mean, I guess if he had a jury, he probably would have, but without the jury, I don't know. And that doesn't mean that he's not doing fraud. That's not how this works. Tax appraisals usually have true cash value, which is the selling price in a normal market. Okay, but you also didn't mention tax appraisals usually 1/20th the true cash value. You said half. And Trump isn't even operating on the true cash value. He's like, if the true cash value is half, like you said, of the or double the amount of the tax appraisal, what he showed to the bank is fucking 10x that. Like he 2x'd it, which is common practice when you're doing appraisal, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but like I guess it's fine in the eyes of the law. But then he 10x'd it when he was showing it to the bank.
So this was just released by Palm Beach County that the judge in this case is wrong. And by the way, he's talking about...
Dude, this is so fire because, like, the judge does still have all the power in the situation. And all he's doing is basically going on TV and being like, well, guess what, judge? In the eyes of this random guy who wrote an op-ed, you're wrong. What do you have to say to that, judge? It's like, what? Who cares, dumbass? What the fuck are you talking about? It's so stupid. Go ahead, dude. Attack the judge more on a case where there's not even a fucking jury. That's so sick.
When you have a radical left Attorney General like Letitia James, who's a disgrace to our country, who got elected on the fact that she's going to take down President Trump. We're going to take him down. She knew nothing about me. But she got elected on that basis. And we have others likewise. Take a look at what's going on in Georgia. Take a look at Jack Smith. Take a look at these people. This is called election interference, and worse than that, really much worse than that. And you don't get much worse than election interference, especially we're talking presidential election of 2024. So...
Dude, he's so mad. I love seeing him mad. I can't be alone on this. Like, even though it's like 1p right now, I don't know. It makes me so happy seeing him just angry. He gets so cute. He gets so fucking cute when he's mad. Like,
This judge should change his ruling.
Because this op-ed says so. The Palm Beach courtesan or whatever the fuck he's holding up that he has a printout of said the judge is wrong. So the judge should change his ruling. Oh! He's like a baby. He's like a fucking angry baby, dude.
County said he was totally wrong, and he was ruling based on them. He ruled we didn't even have a chance to...
This is the best his lawyers came up with. Hello. The lawyers do not control the show outside of the courtroom. It's the Trump show, baby. That's number one. Number two, his fucking hot-ass lawyer forgot to request a jury for the trial. So he's already like doubly cooked. Fucking gamer-ass lawyer, dude. Couldn't game the goddamn system. Yeah, too busy grinding league. Still fucking stuck in ELO hell.
And we can't let this stuff happen. So you should ask yourselves as professionals, I have a lot of respect for you, not all of you, but a lot of you. Why is it that he didn't honor the decision of the appellate? And by the way, I believe it was a unanimous decision, right? It's a 5-0 decision, unanimous decision. And he said, I'm not going to honor it. Let's go to trial. This is a judge that should be disbarred.
It's wild that, like, these same courts gave Steven Donziger a contempt of court, like a bullshit contempt of court violation that actually imprisoned him under false pretense. And yet, this guy can just go outside and still be within earshot of the fucking judge and just, like, yap and say whatever the fuck he wants. This is a moment where you could technically hit him with a fucking contempt. He just yapping around, dude. Throw him! Lock him up! These fucking Rethuglicans, dude. They got no respect for the law, brother. You know what I'm saying? Lock him up! Sick and tired of these Rethuglicans with no respect for the fucking law. I say law and order. Law and order. Lock him up! Lock his ass up.
Office. This is a judge that some people say could be charged criminally for what he's doing. He's interfering with an election, and it's a disgrace. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's a walking, talking contempt of court.